Hey guys, I'm back, right? So it's weird. But I've been trying to upload shit. I really have, actually. I did a video with Koosh and Arifine actually that I've been too lazy to upload, or not upload, edit. Well, I guess upload by extension, but so I could probably do that, and I probably should, because they put the effort in. It seems like a dick move not to. And I've been trying to do RU seasonal games, but for some reason nobody wants to play on the fucking weekend, which is insane to me because it seems like the easiest time to do it. But instead, now I'm reduced to this. Not reduced in that I think that Little Cup's a bad tier. I actually kind of like it, but reduced in the sense that I'm not the most knowledgeable LC dude. But I just wanted to, put the effort in, show that I care. So we have ICT of the... Was it Raiders? Shit, honestly, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I haven't a clue which teams these guys are on. I'm not paying attention to all that. But I do know that he is a pretty solid player. He won the last Grand Slam legitimately, too, which is nice. Even though he didn't use my teams when he could have, which is foolish. But he is playing Skin, a player that I have heard hyped quite a bit by the great deal of the LC community. From what I'm to understand of him generally is that he is a very strong builder, but in the actual playing department he's always kind of fallen short, I would say. I'm not sure about that, but that's been what I am told of him. So, I think either could take it. ICT, not generally known for his LC play. He is traditionally a UU main, but he has exhibited flexibility, which is why he got picked up in the first place, I would say. So this can be anyone's game. That being said, this Timber looks very problematic for Skin. It looks like he skimped on the hard fighting check type situation, so he probably has a psychic Staryu, but that's not going to cut it right now. So he might just go to, okay, he's going to try to trade knockoffs here. This is kind of a situation I don't like at all. With LC as a whole, I feel like a lot of people are more than willing to just like trade knockoffs with their fighters early game, both lose the Eviolites, and that really just cuts down on their utility in the mid to end game, which I am super against because they're always threatening like this. I mean, like, look at this. ICT's got the Fungus and maybe a nasty plot Volibee, which would pack Air Slash, or potentially just the 3 attacks with Brave Bird. But his fighting checks are not super great. Fighters are really good in World Cup, which I think will end up being the win condition from one player or the other. Ghastly, always pretty threatening, but I think that as far as coverage goes, ICT's team is as best as you can get to handling it, which is really nice. Both rocking Onyx as well. I'm only able to speak from what I know, more so as a Oras Little Cup perspective, which seems to be generally the same from what I've told. I mean, there's obviously the new Pokemon, but the greater structure of it seems very similar to that of the Oras generation. And it looks like ICT is having some problems with his timer. Oh, he's on his phone. And they go for the knockoff for knock. Oh, they just for the Drain Punch. Oh, well, yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I feel like I said, I'm pretty sure this Starmie, given Skin's team, is going to be Psychic. It's not Stab, mind you, but it's still utilized quite a bit because it hits Fungus, it hits Fighters a little stronger, and it hits Krogunk, which can also be a problem for his team given his fighting handle, which is why I come to expect that. So, to that end, I feel as though Fungus wasn't all that reliable of a Starmie counter in the first place, so it's fine being a knockoff Absorber, but ICT makes a nice double to try to get back some momentum and doubles right back in his Timber. But the thing is, now without his Eviolite, he is even more hard pressed to predict that Ghastly, because I don't think that Life Orb Sludge Bomb KOs even evioliteless Timber at this amount of HP because it runs careful generally. It's an odd mix of attack, defense, and HP. I know it's optimized, and saying the numbers itself wouldn't mean very much, and even if I did know them, which are kind of slipping my mind right now, but point being, if he was to... Okay, so he does just go for the Drain Punch, and he is doing well to keep that Timber down. And the fact that he didn't knock off initially, I mean, perhaps this is something like an Ice Punch Timber or a Poison Jab one, because I have seen that occasionally. Obviously, knockoff is most, universally valued because not only does it have the nice coverage option, but it really makes a little more out of Timber's mid game because you can play a lot into that, and just being able to work as that knockoff platform for teams is helpful. The fact that Skins has it does lead me to question what exactly kind of Mienfoo it is. Maybe a Life Orb one we could see, or a Scarf variant, something to really make that more aggressive push towards a certain playstyle, be it offense or defense, while as Timber is, freeing it up to take on such a role. But he does go to the Fungus, which, again, it leads me to question why he let his own Timber get knocked off in the first place. I don't think that will... I feel like that's going to come back to bite him, because that had so much utility, and now it's just, out the window. I mean, not totally, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, Fungus, generally they don't run HP Fire, so it's not going to be threatening this Fair Seed, rather, directly. It does have HP Fighting, but it is a 3-hit KO if I am not wrong. It does, 30, 40s, LC rolls and all that. But looking at the grand scheme of things, I feel like ICT, if that Volibee is offensive, is going to be looking to be his win condition, so he needs to put priority on getting up those bands and to break the Onyx's sturdy, or I guess he could just try to go for the flinch, but he would need to get that twice because of Berry Juice, so I'm not sure. Ooh, and he does show Ice Punch. I knew it. Wait, oh no, I didn't know it. I was thinking about the wrong fucking Timber. That is interesting. Okay, so I guess that his Timber is taking the AoA route, which is certainly unique. I think that, while not something I would definitely necessarily build with, I feel like, it's got the breaker conservative booster thing going on with that. I would probably be using that as bulk up, but it is definitely a viable option, especially with Fungus being omnipresent, not omnipresent, but very, very common. And of course, it puts a little extra pressure on those soft checks, like the Volibee, which isn't that great at it. And I think I've been switching up between calling it Volibee and Volibear, so whoops. But yeah, that's not good for ICT at all. He loses Timber, which was probably his biggest threat, by and far. Second biggest. I was already bringing up this, but he does show the Volibee now, and if this is in fact Nasty Plot, that's going to be a lot more threatening for Skin. Obviously, the physical attacker with Brave Bird, Knockoff, U-Turn, Roost is threatening as well. I can't expect it to be Defog, because that is a shitty set, and he has a spinner. But he is that threat. It's very good. It plays far differently than Mandibuzz in higher tiers. This has much more of an offensive inclination for most teams. I'd say most, I hesitate to say it, but good teams. I think that Defog generally, I feel like, is always a compromise on whatever Pokemon it's on. There's something better it could be doing, but you need it to be removing hazards. Oh, and something I didn't mention when I brought up Psychic Staryu, Psychic Staryu, what am I saying, is that it Oko's Ghastly, where Scald falls short. But we have a Staryu on Staryu, Skin making the conservative play, and ooh, okay. Makes a nice attempt at keeping both the Ghastly and the Pharisee Honest goes for the Scald. But unfortunately, he doesn't get the burn on that. I would say, yeah, definitely stays out. Oh, he goes for the spikes. Well, that's not bad at all. But given the kind of ways... Oh, and there's hidden power fighting, like I said. Oh, is this... Oh my god, these... Man, these Nicks are awful. They're just not good at all. Well... That's alright. No, more power to him. And I guess that does mean, Wolfpack. Because, yeah. Which, I guess I should have... I should have known that. I should have known that, guys. And I'm sorry. But, Skin's playing this very sharply, even though I feel, I don't know, I feel like he was a little hasty in throwing the HP fight. He probably could have spored there a few times, because after... Well, I guess, you know, a second layer of spikes is definitely threatening, but it's no more threatening than anything else. And he does try to go for the sub, which, nice play. Not all Ghastly are rocking sometimes. Oh, wow, I don't see that often, but yeah, sub Wisp is... Ooh, that's cool. Dang, I'm very used to seeing the Life Orb set, but of course the this sub Wisp set, threatening in its own right. I think that you know, a big thing to it is dodging the pursuit from Scarf Poniard, which ICT maneuvers in nicely, so he's going to be able to get that pursuit kill. Shin stays in, masterfully anticipating, but of course there was no reason not to Wisp, so of course. In that situation, should it not be Scarf, but obviously, given the team, it was. But this, of course, in turn, gives that turn to Timber. It is, yeah, super free to just throw Drain Punch. Yeah, he doesn't need to predict the Fungus at all, because with spikes up, it is going to pop him off. But this is looking very much skewed towards Skin here, unfortunately, because of the way that own Timber v Timber situation played out. Not happy about that, but whatever. Unfortunate thing is that since this probably doesn't have bulk up, chances are good. Usually you don't want to forego Mach Punch, it's just too nice. Too useful. The Staryu can have the potential to sit on it a little bit, not super well, mind you. It's Drain Punches, I'm still expecting to do like 40-ish%. But he has enough liberty to throw this spin out without getting punished too heavily for it. And I think he's going to be wanting to do that because the closest thing he has to setting up a win is throwing that Vullaby around, knocking into the Onyx to prevent it from recovering up, and slowly chipping at it from there with what he's got. And I think for that purpose, he probably will want to keep that Onyx's multi-scale up, and I don't know, I don't see a lot of things going ICT's way here. Well, I think that ICT needs a lot of things to go his way for this to work out, rather. Because, is that still burned? I'm not sure. I'm insane. I need to start playing Pokemon more, guys, I think, if I want to actually narrate. But in order for his Vullaby to get through, I think he's going to need to make some deft U-turn plays into the Onyx, you know, get those right. And there you go, 47. So I know a little bit, guys. Not a whole lot, but I got a gist. Not sure where that lies on the spectrum. I think that... Alright, so that's about sitting average. At this point, I figure you can throw Knock, yeah? Okay. Gets the crit. Actually pretty unfortunate, because I think that... Does that mean Mach kills? It might mean that Mach kills, which is lame, if I'm doing my, general approximations correctly, because... Again, Little Cup is one of those tiers like RBY where most of the calcs I feel like you should really like click in on, because there's just so many. It's really important to know the calcs, I think, more so than anything else. Like, with other tiers, you can get away with just having some kind of approximation, but there are some really precise numbers you're working off with this tier, whereas I guess in RBY it's more that there's just, like, a very small handful of Pokemon, so all the calcs are, like, really common to always come across, so I guess it's not a very good comparison. And whoops, though, that said, this could be bad, especially if this was a Psychic Staryu. I can't fucking say anything, right? Ooh, that weak armor. That's gonna be actually really bad, I think, actually, for ACT. That Mach Punch did a lot more than I would have anticipated. Jeez, is that maybe like a Z move type Vullaby? I could not say for certain, but yeah, that's probably gonna hurt him more than help him in this place, unfortunately. I'm not sure if the Manfuel will have Fake Out. That's really somewhat of a relic at this point. I haven't seen that being used commonly since BW, but who's to say, really? But this is what I was talking about earlier, where I said that he would really need to get these U-turn on licks sequences right to get something off the ground. And well, I think that Timber might be able to eat this. He really shouldn't want to, because that might lend itself to Fungus plus Onyx actually making something work. If it's not Psychic Staryu, which I still think it really should be, but it's tough to say. So, I think ICT should probably go for the U-turn here if he wants to really try or something. I think Staryu of his own. Oh, he goes for it, and it doesn't kill. I was right. I was painfully, hatefully right about everything all the time. I'm so good, but yeah, that's pretty much. I think that's pretty cut and dry at this point, unfortunately. Oop, need to charge that. But at this point, I think pretty sure that Mach Punch doesn't bring him into Berry Juice range, so he's free to throw the Mach Punch, go Staryu, and throw around attacks. Because yeah, he doesn't get any more value out of this Timber, I don't think, other than the potential Ice Punching. Well, maybe Ice Punching the Fungus does have value for this team if he really has nothing else for it. Excuse me. Goodness gracious, this should not be tired at this time. Unfortunate. But I can't see any reason ICT wouldn't be going for the Earthquake here. Either he makes the Staryu play and sort of just tries to recover into it for a minute, or he goes into any of his other not ground resists. So, do you want to say? Is anyone? Oh, well, alright, I guess we'll see later. Oh, wow, and it. Oh, that's actually. That definitely mattered. But I guess. Okay, so it did show that the burn. So that was. That's something that I've seen theorized about a bit. I haven't seen it so much in application as of yet. But analytic defensive Staryu, fucking Christ. I'm sure that everyone that isn't like an LC main does that all the time. Please forgive me though. I understand. Not good. Not great. So the fact that Fungus is burned here is actually pretty awful here. Well, here generally all the time. Because, otherwise, it would be at such liberty to switch in here and just, handle this 1v1 situation pretty cleanly, and have the liberty to, throw a couple spores out. And wow, that does even less than I thought. Jesus Christ. And it is knockoff Ferroseed. Alright, that's really bad. I think he should be predicting here, but he doesn't. Yeah, I don't know, dude. You're in the back. You should really. And like he was at risk of. I mean, if it is Psychic Staryu and this isn't a Scarf Mienfoo, which I mean, the more and more he plays this way, the more and more I'm led to believe as much. I really think that he should have anticipated something, thrown the Spore there, tried to get some momentum out of this situation, but it looks like. And man, I do not know if this Earthquake is strong enough to kill the Fungus. I do think, however, it is well within Skin's power to simply double back to his Fairy Seed and not risk it at all. Because even if he goes Staryu, the best. Yeah, no, that's actually a pretty valid sequence, I would say. I don't think that he loses anything by doing that, because the absolute worst case scenario is Staryu goes into it, just throws the fuck it kind of Scald Burn. But for the most part, I think that he got as much value from this as he wants, unless he is confident that Earthquake kills, which, I mean, he knows the calc better than me, and I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to miss anything. But if I was ICT, I would probably going Staryu, honestly. Because this Fungus is the closest thing he has to a win condition. And when strictly placing value to value, I would say that his Staryu is lower than his own Onix, which has a little bit more flexibility. Oh, but he disagrees, and I don't agree with the Stealth Rock play. What was the Stealth Rock play? Yeah, because he either just, takes him down to Sturdy and gives the Fungus HP. He goes to Staryu and spins to break the Sturdy. I don't like that one. I really don't understand why he would make that series of plays. But Skin goes for the Rock Blast because he does not want Onix to activate his Berry Juice, whereas ICT much less fearful of that, and of course the no ground immunes, so just throws the Earthquake of his own. Now we do probably just they both go for the tie here. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't, and I am just looking at it now. Onix is the silliest motherfucker. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I always knew that, but just like looking at this new sprite, it's fucking goofy, dude. Whatever. Not entirely sure what's being thought about here, honestly. As we saw here, the Earthquake should be killing ICT's Onix if need be, and he has like zero. Well, I wouldn't say zero, but yeah, he could probably keep this around to Earthquake the Fungus if he is like a some kind of goofy Life Orb Mienfoo, because hasn't shown anything so far. I don't think it has. If it is anything like that, I would say that he is pretty fine to just bring it in here, but okay, doesn't. And ICT wins the speed tie. I would say that, alright, so now we get to see this, and if ever there was a time to just hit that high jump kick, there is absolutely nothing stopping him. They do speed tie if it is. Oh, he did U-turn, and he didn't show an item. Okay, so maybe it's this Scarf. If that's the case, I think, yeah, no, he still has no reason not to just go for the jump kick. Yeah, only risk was a miss, because with burn, knocked off lefties, and all the damage from high jump kick, because that's a strong ass move, I wouldn't be confident in living to myself. Let's see. I don't. Okay. He does go for the prediction, which is nice, though. Is that a... Okay, so it's pretty consistently hitting up for that same damage, but he just Giga Drains here, think, I don't know why they took no time to think about that play, but they are thinking about this one. Because I'm pretty sure 5% means he's at 1 HP. So I'm not sure, but let's see. Does Timber outspeed Fungus? Shit, I'm like 99% sure it was, and that's why I was you know, I'd love to know how to talk, guys. It would be great. Why did he go? Is that really? Did it have 2 HP? I don't know. Alright, so I can only imagine, yeah, that was why he was keeping it around. Because if not, then that's a very silly play to make. Just, you know, preserving the timber, that is. I don't think it makes any sense. But if he does, then he just, you know, ice punches and rock punches, and that's the game. So, very interesting one. I think that, there were some sequences I disagreed with, but generally it was very nice, and it's not like I can really say a whole lot being a non-LC main. I think it was pretty interesting, and to all those people that don't like Little Cup because Little Cup's gay, you know, fuck off, dude, chill out. Oh wait, that's really bad. I didn't even consider that shit. I forgot that he still had berry juice. Yeah, that's... why do you guys not even thinking about that? I was totally talking about that earlier. But yeah, like, because of the berry juice, you'd be able to get back to full, live Ice Punch plus Mach Punch, and from there it was a matter of sleep turns versus Mienfu. Shit, I'm fucking bad, guys. Apologies. I'm trying to get back into swing of things. Like I said, I would have gotten some more, some narrating time in if people wanted to play on the weekend more, but alas, I'll try to, you know, be a little more consistent about that in the future, but that is looking like the game, unfortunately. Think that Skin still had a shot, I'm not sure. Depends on his foo set. But yeah, that is lame, and it is him not acknowledging that. I don't know. I would have apologized, but you know, to each their own. It was a good game. Hope y'all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Chimpact.